Say arrest them.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm glad to have you with us for NBA basketball. The second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs tips off with Game 1. It's the Washington Wizards going up against the Boston Celtics. The NBA on 2K Sports.
As the playoffs continue, the action intensifies. 8 teams eliminated, and now the true contenders begin to emerge. Nothing can be taken for granted, and those not ready for the next level will be the next to go. This is round 2 of the NBA playoffs.
A gorgeous nighttime view of historic Boston, Massachusetts, lighting up the twilight sky. The next stage of the Eastern Conference playoff battle begins here. Game 1 of the conference semifinals. Both these teams have survived and moved one step closer to the title. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Conference semifinals, the playoff atmosphere just at a boiling temperature as we check out the starting fives. First for the Wizards. Wall and Beal together in the backcourt. And at center, it's Marcin Gortat, the 6'11" versatile scorer and finisher, known as the Polish Hammer. Then it's Porter, and it's Morris in at the 4. And then for the Boston Celtics, Isaiah Thomas out there with Avery Bradley. And holding down the middle, a tremendously hard-working and versatile big man out of the Dominican Republic, Al Horford. A 14-point game for him in the win against Chicago. Then there's Gerald Green, and it's Crowder in at the 4 spot. They were able to prevent going to 7 in the last one. We'll see how they establish themselves tonight.
Well, I think they're going to win this game, Kevin. I think they might win it big. And this is a team that really plays well on its home floor. And if they can dominate and control the action today, it really sets the tone for this series.
Can I just hear that coming from you, Steve? I mean, that is really a confident statement. I mean, they're opening the series at home. They deserve it, but I'm not with you there in terms of this being a runaway. I think it'll be a lot snugger than you think.
Well, we'll see.
It'll be the Wizards off the tip. And Wall kicks to Porter. Back to Wall. Clock at 6. No luck. Great D that time from Thomas. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Bradley. No good from outside. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. Coach knows that the onus is on their team to come out of this with a win, saying for them, they are playing with no pressure. The pressure lies with us to hold home court advantage, but we're in a good place as a team and should be up to the challenge. Guys?
And thank you, Doris. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Crowder, the pass to Horford. The jump hook gets it to go. Horford's got the game going with his first points of the game for Boston. Now here's Wall. And there's the feed to Morris. He dishes it to Porter. Shot clock at 6. The Wizards with another miss. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Rejected by Morris. The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the night right here. And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Green. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Now here's Brad. Thomas pitch to Horford. He passes it to Crowder. 5 on the clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. That's 2 fouls already. We can't afford another.
Here's Horford. Feeds to Thomas. Back to Horford. On deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And they're now 1 for 5 to start this game, so having trouble finding any offensive rhythm.
Wall gets a screen from Morris. Wall dishes to Morris. Shoots from 14, and that one's good.
Well, they needed that one finally. That's just 1 of 5 now overall.
Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Bradley kicks to Thomas. Back to Bradley. Pass to Crowder. Dishes it to Bradley. He feeds it to Thomas. Shoots it, and the jumper is good. Thomas got his first bucket of the night. Wizards trail by 4. Ball passes to Morris. Banked in off the glass.
That's where you like to get shots, inside and close to the hoop.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Thomas dishes to Bradley. Back to Thomas. Releases from the wing and drills it. Thomas got his second basket of the game. And so it's Washington with it. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Tough game to lose, really. They actually put up a great fight, I thought. But when you're battling for a road win, even when you play hard, nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah, I think it's something they learn from, though. I mean, you have to convert the positive, even from a loss like that, into momentum for your next game. They got to take what they did well and kind of double down the efforts here tonight.
Wall attacking. Porter. The kick out to Wall. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Celtics leading by 4. Here's Bradley. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Thomas kicks to Bradley. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
Outside, Wall. Pass to Porter. It is now to Gortat. Outside, Wall. Just 5 on the clock. Teardrop shot, and the shot is good.
Yeah, they're going to need some help there defensively. That matchup is going to be a tough one to deal with.
Thomas against Wall. Upside Thomas. Green kicks to Bradley. Pass to Crowder. A fader. You know what? Excellent D there for Morris. And now here comes Wall leading the break. Beal. That's good.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on it.
He kicks to Crowder. The pass to Horford. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And while we have a chance, let's now take a look at the NBA's season assist leaders. You look at Wall, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists. And, of course, Isaiah Thomas.
Well, for these two, the bright lights and the extra attention and intensity of the postseason doesn't do anything to affect their concentration. Both of these guys always seem to get the ball to the right man at the right time.
Now, here is Gortat. And Wall kicks to Porter. Wall. Elbow shot is on the way. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He's off on the first. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Gortat. And he sinks the second. Here's Bradley. Offside Thomas. Gets it to go.
Yeah, beautiful drive there. Going right around the bigger man.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Wizards trail by 5. Beal with it. Outside, Wall. Smith with a screen on Thomas. All with it. Now Thomas defending. And that one's good by Porter.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Thomas kicks to Olynyk. 9 feet out. And another basket for Boston.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Now Wall. Kicks it to Porter. Back to Wall. 6 on the shot clock. The shot no good. And it's Boston the other way. Green, the pass to Thomas. Back to Green. There's the 3. Morris with the rebound. Wizards trail by 4. Outside, Wall. He dishes it to Porter. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists tonight.
Gotta love the inside-out game there, guys.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And Green slams it in.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Now here's Wall. Gets it to go. Wall's got his second bucket tonight. And here is Thomas. The feed to Green. Back to Thomas. Elbow shot. Can't get it to go. Wall with some nice defense. Porter kicks the Wall. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, and the fact that they're playing well, close to the hoop, finding points in the paint, I mean, they've got it all going tonight.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. And it's tied up with that one. Boston's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Feeds to Brown. It's rebounded by Bogdanovich.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
The Celtics have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Johnson the screen. Number 36 hits the tip of that fadeaway jumper.
The entire defense was frozen footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Captain.
There's the pick. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Dishes to Porter. He passes to Bogdanovich. And Washington again with the bucket.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
And Boston has possession. Trailing by 2. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go. And taken away by Brown. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the...
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
Bogdanovich passes to Jennings with the lead pass. Brown outside. All alone. Slams it back in. And the Celtics lead by 2.
Look at the points in the paint, the inside game. It's been very one-sided here for a while now.
Well, the defense just hasn't been physical enough at the rim. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have come from the paint.
Porter, no luck. The Celtics shooting it well so far today, guys. They've connected on 48% of their shots. He feeds it to Uredko. Fires from the wing. And he drops that one in. Uredko's got his first 2 points. Wizards trail by 4. Outside Jennings. Up top Porter. He's covered by Brown. Another shot. No good. Celtics leading by 4. Number 12. Here's Johnson. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
You see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket.
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Gortat's checked in for the Wizards. That one misses for Johnson. 2-for-1 chance here.
Yeah, let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Back to Smith. Pass to Gortat. Deflects the pass. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. There's the dish to Brown. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
Looking to end the run. Gets the bucket. 15 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Uredko. Smith with the block. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Boston on top, up 4. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Semifinals. The Cleveland Cavaliers go up against DeMar DeRozan and the Toronto Raptors. Wednesday night basketball. Don't miss it. And we welcome you back to our presentation of Game 1. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
Big boost from their bench there, guys, in that first quarter. They did a nice job coming in and really giving this team a lift.
Yeah, it's a nice attribute to have. Firepower coming off the pine early. That's good stuff.
Celtics leading by 4. Number 36. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that.
Pass to Bogdanovich. He kicks to Jennings.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
The Wizards shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. The Celtics with the lead. Number 36. He's guarded by Jennings. Fade away. Good.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
We're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Smith outside. Just 5 to shoot. A baseline J. Good. He hits the jump shot.
Pretty much no chance for the smaller defender to block that jumper.
Yeah, he knows exactly how to use his size to his advantage there.
And there's the pass to Ureco. And the 3 off target. It's a close game here in Boston. Jennings kicks to Smith. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over there.
I just, you know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Washington calls timeout. And the Wizards with possession. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Down low.
Well, he's one player who can get hot in a big hurry. It's like he has an on-off switch, and once it gets flipped on, he's tough to stop.
And don't forget now, a walking highlight reel every time he steps on the court. His flair for the dramatic makes him worth the price of admission all by himself.
Brown dishes to Ureco. Horford backing in. Lets it go from the wing. Ureco. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Markieff Morris is checked in for Washington. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Jennings passes to Morris. It's back to Jennings. Nice ball movement by Washington. And it's blocked by Brown. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. Jennings kicks to Bogdanovich. He dishes it to Morris. Open and close and nails it. Morris has got 6 points.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
That's good.
That's his first triple of the game. It was a dry first half for him from long range. Outside
Jennings kicks it to Morris. passes to Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. The jump hook, and the shot is lost. Boston's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
Yeah, the defender's draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
The Celtics have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. First free throw is good. So Horford gets 2.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Number 12. He's covered by Brown. Jennings off a pick from Morris. The drive by Jennings, and he makes good on the layup.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
The feed now to Brown. Dishes it to Horford. Gortat's there.
Good game for Horford. He has 9 points, and he's put 1 three-pointer on the board.
Going forward, I think it'd be a good idea to let him spend a little more time behind the arc. He looks like he has a nice touch from out there.
The Celtics shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And he knocks down the first one.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
Well, it's a nice job of really making the most of their opportunities.
And Washington making a change here. Beal's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time.
They've done better at the line this quarter. Right now, they're at a good percentage.
Outside Jennings. He passes to Bogdanovich. No good with the triple. Celtics leading by 3. On the wing, Brown. He tries for 3. Morris with the rebound. The Wizards have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And Bogdanovich gets to Jennings. To the paint. The shot's good from Bogdanovich.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
That one drops. He ties it up. So it's the Celtics now. Feeds it to Brown. Pass to Crowder. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Crowder's got his first points of the night. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. It's back to Jennings. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Horford with the screen on Jennings. Here's Bradley, rejected by Beal. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And Washington making a change here. Gortat's checked in. Washington on D. They get it again. Goes back up.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
For Boston, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. That free throw, no good. And the Celtics making a change here. And the second free throw, good. Washington trailing. Now here's Wall. He has 5. He feeds it to Beal. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And that's a shot he had to take.
For sure, it was a good decision, just poor execution.
The putback and the dunk by Olinick. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Was there any doubt what he was going to do with that putback? Flush it down.
Oh, that's some energy we just witnessed right there.
And that's the kind of energy you need on the offensive glass. That's the only way to get it done. Now, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
The Celtics making a switch here. Green's checked in. Gortat dishes the Wall. Lock at 6. And Boston with the rebound.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. And it's a 6-point Boston lead.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
The dish to Morris. Pass to Beal. Rebound by the Celtics. Bradley's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. He kicks it to Green. No good.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his third.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Celtics have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Gortat. That free throw good from Olinick. Washington calls timeout.
And they need a timeout, Kevin. They haven't been boxing out like they need to, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Wizards trail by 9. Outside, Wall. The pass to Bogdanovich. 2 in the run, and the layup is up and in. Bogdanovich has got 5 points in the quarter. Boston's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. He dishes it to Olinick. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Back to Wall. He passes to Bogdanovich. Back to Wall. Shot clock at 5. Second chance shot. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 8 points.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Here's Crowder from the stripe. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Bogdanovich. Kicks to Beal. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. And now just a 2-point Celtic lead. And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
You know, he understandably doesn't like what's going on out there, and that's why he wants to talk things over during this timeout.
I think this is a good time to call a timeout. They just need to hit pause for a second and then reset as well.
Gortat's checked in for Washington. Boston shooting 41% from the field in the second quarter up to this point. Thomas passes Dolenik.
That foul is really going to hurt him in the second half. I mean, he's got to sit and may have to be off the floor for a long time, and they'll miss everything he brings to their team. I mean, he's active, he's aggressive, he's smart, he's tough. I mean, they're going to miss his presence significantly.
And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Washington with it. 4-point game. And Wall kicks to Morris. Great look, but off the mark.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they chase down that pumpkin often.
All with it. He's got 5. The pass to Bogdanovich. That 3 off the mark. Celtics leading by 6. Thomas dishes to Crowder. Back to Thomas. The feed to Crowder. Celtics passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Thomas goes in. Count the bucket. Thomas got 9 points.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Passes it to Bogdanovich. Green with the block.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And Olenek kicks to Green. It's Bradley on the wing. Drops in the tray. And now it's an 11-point Celtic lead.
You gotta respect him out there. He can hit that shot.
Outside, Wall. Beal with a screen for Wall. Here's Bogdanovich. He's got 7. Here's Beal. Nice shot from the wing. Beal's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, with him, what immediately comes to mind is the long-range shooting. I mean, he can knock down shots from anywhere, and of course that forces the defense to locate him at all times.
And another specialty of his is the 3 ball from the corner. That's his signature shot.
The shot's good from Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 9.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Thomas passes Dolenik. Green. This is the Thomas. Back to Green. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 5 assists in the game.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Wall attacking. Here's Bogdanovich. No good on the buzzer beater. And so we wrap up the first half. Celtics lead by 10. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime show at Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
From From the 2K Sports Studios, I'm Damon Bruce. The playoffs are heating up, and the second round is underway. A great effort by the Celtics so far. They're looking to make a statement in Game 1 and set the tone for the series. Gerald Green making the most of his minutes. Consistent shooting from the field, making well over 65% of his shots. Not a lot of guys put up a half a basketball like that. A tough matchup, but the Wizards are staying afloat. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. John Wall off to a rough start. Just can't find anything going for himself. He's shooting under 30% from the floor. And that's it for now. Thanks for stopping in with us. It's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, who are all ready with the call in the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And thanks for joining us once more as we get set to continue our coverage of the Eastern Conference Semis. It's been one outstanding game from Green.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the... Oh, man, that was unreal. Mark it up. Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Celtics leading by 7. Thomas kicks to Bradley. Pass to Crowder. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Wizards trail by 7. Beal with it, now guarded by Bradley. Wall gets a screen from Gortat. It's Wall with the drive. Offensive rebound.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
Well, you get more rebounds, you get more possessions, more shots at the hoop, and oftentimes that decides the game.
Crowder dishes to Thomas. It's Bradley on the wing. Off target from outside.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up.
Feeds it to Morris. Back to Wall. 5 to shoot. And good on the basket. Hook it. Wall's got his third bucket of the night. Celtics leading by 5. Thomas passes to Green. Back to Thomas. Horford kicks to Bradley. Outside Thomas. Right side Thomas. On target from 13 feet. Thomas got 11 points. Wizards trail by 7. Now Wall. He has 7. He feeds it to Porter. Back to Wall. Here's Gortat. The shot will not go. Good work defensively by Horford. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Lets it go from deep. Here's Bradley. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
See how he used the rim to protect the ball perfectly from the defender on that reverse.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Gortat. And that one misses.
Been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
Morris kicks the Wall. Hit his foot. And the ref's saying he kicked it. And the Wizards making a change here. Gortat's checked in. right around 3 minutes into the second half. Wall. Shot clock at 6. Smith dishes to Wall. Rebounded by the Celtics. Bradley's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and it's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, he's got to be disappointed with his team's play over the course of this run, and thus the timeout. You got to talk things over, try to get back into the game.
Something has to change for them as they haven't looked good at all during this run, so the timeout is appropriate here.
Let's keep it going for your Celtics dancing.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Gortat, the pass to Wall. Now the dish to Smith. He kicks it to Gortat. And Horford pulls it down. Horford's got his 4th rebound in this one. The drive by Green. Thomas, no good. Wizards trail by 11. Beal with it. Now guarded by Bradley. Beal's shot is good. Boston's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Thomas kicks to Crowder. Outside for Thomas. He dishes it to Green. Pass to Horford. Gortat's there. Horford no luck. Wizards have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Wall attacking. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
We've seen a lot of silly plays like that out in the day. Just way too many.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Jay Crowder. Boston leading by 9. And here is Thomas. He's got 13. He passes to Horford. That one a little long.
I thought he'd make that one. And that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
And Wall kicks to Smith. Off target with his 3. Boston shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. A good look from Bradley. And the rejection by Smith. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Markieff Morris is checked in for Washington. Now here's Bradley. He's got 8. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Bradley's got 10 points in the game. Wizards trail by 11. Wall gets a screen from Smith. Beal dishes the Wall. And again, Washington no good.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Kicks to Olynyk. A 3-ball. Shot is off. Now Washington takes it the other way. Now the pass to Porter. And it's off the back rim. No good. Celtics leading by 11. Here's Green. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
And Wall kicks to Morris. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Morris has got 11.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Thomas goes in. Wall with some nice defense. Wizards trail by 10. Shot misses. Great tee that time from Green. Austin's getting blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. There's the feed to Thomas. Passes to Olynyk. Dishes it to Green. 6 to shoot. That's good from 17 feet away. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
No, you got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Porter kicks the wall. Pass to Porter from deep. And again, Washington with the triple.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
Looked like some miscommunication there offensively. Those guys were not on the same page.
Gortat's checked in for Jason Smith. Wizards trail by 9. And Bogdanovich kicks the wall. Feeds it to Porter. Back the wall. 6 on the shot clock. The 11-footer. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Wall's got 9.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Here's Crowder, guarded by Porter. Bradley passes to Johnson. Johnson left side. Porter pulls it in.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
All with it. Now guarded by Bradley. And yes, sir, that one drops. And now it's only a 5-point Celtic lead.
A sensational run has them on the brink of tying it up or even taking the lead all of a sudden.
Steve, quite a turn of events here. I mean, they really snapped into focus in a hurry and tightened up their game at both ends.
High post, Gortat. Pass to Bogdanovich. The Wizards working the ball around now. It's Wall with the drive. Off the screen. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And Washington making a change here.
For your Celtics dancer.
Boston leading by 3. Thomas kicks to Horford. He feeds it to Urebko. Back to Horford. There's the dish to Bradley. Crowder, just 4 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Shot to end this cold run. Rebounded by the Wizards. Gortat's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
Knocking down the open shots and really getting a nice flow to their game.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
That's not what they needed there, that's for sure.
The Wizards making a switch here. Porter's checked in. Boston's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Bradley with the ball. He's got 10. Here's Crowder. Boston again missing.
He's trying to shoot his way out of it, guys, and as long as they're in the lead, he's going to continue to try to find his rhythm.
Wall attacking.
Take a look at what John Wall's done. 13 points and 6 assists. He's getting it done, making plays by setting up his teammates and grabbing some nice boards, too.
Yeah, he's doing all those little things that are so important.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. The first one falls. And so Wall nails both of them. The Celtics with the lead. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, good timeout. guys, because, this has been a bad run for them. He's got to get his team back on the same page and executing well together.
Sometimes just getting to stop in the action can be enough to get a team back on track. There's something about that little pause in the intensity of the game that lets you refocus.
Got a piece of it. Bradley kicks to Crowder. And he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him. Crowder's got 5. Wizards trail by 3. Here's Beal. He's got 12. Great open look there. And that's 17 points for John Wall.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
He kicks it to Bradley. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Washington's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. There's the bucket. Good.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
He dishes it to Horford. Crowder kicks it to Thomas. Here's the 3. Shot's good. Thomas got 16.
He's gutsy. That's what I really respect about him. It seems like the more pressure there is, the more he enjoys the moment. So he is the guy you want taking the big shot at the end of the game.
And one of his other great qualities, Steve, is his quick trigger off the dribble. I mean, he can get his shot off in an instant, a nanosecond.
Wall's shot is off. The Celtics shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Bradley drives in. Here's your Repko. Here's Crowder. Some solid defense from Morris. Washington trailing. 3-on-3. Here's Wall. For Washington, they had gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. No good on that. And the Wizards making a change here. He hits the second from the line. So it's the Celtics now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. There's the pass to Horford. The turnaround jumper. Horford's got 13.
Picture perfect with the turnaround. There's no stopping that shot.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Celtics out in front. They're up by 3. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next.
Game 2 of the Western Conference Semis. James Harden and the Houston Rockets take on Kawhi Leonard and the San Antonio Spurs this Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific.
And we welcome you back here to the broadcast of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. Wizards trail by 3. Outside Jennings. And free throw good from Jennings. Jay Crowder's checked in for Boston. And Jennings drops them both. And the Celtics shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Passes it to Horford. They set the pick. Horford with the screen on Jennings. Pocket 6. Dishes to Crowder. The turnaround. The rebound by Brandon Jennings. Washington shooting 52% from the floor. Nice look so far from them.
And checking out the game for Morris. He has 11 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, it's just a small part of what's been a solid overall contribution by him defensively.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Wizards making a change here. And Morris drops them both. Boston trailing. It's Brown on the wing. And the Celtics hit again from deep. I think Clark and Steve, we can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Well, 8 lead changes would have you thinking that would be the case.
Yeah, both teams really competing. Neither side giving any ground. This should be a fun finish. I agree with you, Kevin.
And Wall gets to Jennings. 6 to shoot. From the arc. Gets it to go. And the Wizards lead by 1.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Here's Bradley. Smith with some nice D.
Not a bad look at the hoop. Just couldn't get it to bounce in for him.
Jennings kicks the Wall. It's back to Jennings. Now the feed to Wall. He clangs that one off the back iron and down it falls. And now a 3-point Wizards lead. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Bradley off target from 3-point range.
Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk. But later in the game now, you might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
Gortat's checked in for Washington. Morris off a pick from Porter. Here's Wall. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Wall's got 4 points this quarter.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high-percentage looks.
And it's Washington's ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Jennings. Rebound Boston. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Brown, and he banks in the layup.
Sloppy defense there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Well, when he does, that's an automatic bucket.
Outside Jennings. Pass to Wall. It's back to Jennings. He passes to Wall. Feeds to Porter. The tray. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Wizards making a switch here. So it's Boston now. Outside Bradley. Pass to Thomas. Right side Thomas. Crowder. Shot clock at 6. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. He lays it in. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Outside Wall. He feeds it to Morris. And again, Washington, no good. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Thomas dishes to Horford. No good. The Wizards with the lead. Wall gets a screen from Morris. Wall with it, now guarded by Bradley. Wall, that's good. Wall's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Here's Crowder, defended by Morris. And Bradley gets it to go.
This is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
And Wall kicks to Beal.
A good night so far for Beal. He has 12 points, and he's also been picking up some nice assists here and there, too.
Well, he's going to have to continue to play this way, Clark, because this offense thrives on his passing ability, and they've got it going right now.
First one falls for him. The Wizards making a switch here. Porter's checked in. And both free throws good for Beal.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
Horford sets a screen for Thomas. The dish to Horford. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. And that's 15 points for Al Horford. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And Beal kicks the Wall. Morris passes to Beal. He dishes it to Wall. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. And Horford pulls it down. Horford's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Thomas dishes to Bradley. Back to Thomas. To take the lead. And Horford finishes inside.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive block.
Now Wall. He kicks to Porter. And it's the Celtics ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Thomas goes in. Free throw good, Crowder. And both free throws good from Crowder. Wizards trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Outside, Wall. Here's Beal. 6 to shoot. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Beal's got 4 this quarter.
That's outstanding hang-time improvisation right there.
Horford kicks to Green. And the pass to Thomas. Back to Green. Celtics passing it around. Crowder, the pass to Horford. Kicks it to Crowder. Fires for 3. No good. And Washington the other way now. And here's Beal. Pass to Wall. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. And now just a 1-point Celtic lead. The Celtics have gone 6 of 13, so just about 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, the head coach for the Celtics had some instruction for his guys during that break. He likes how they're playing, so simply said, hey, let's keep it rolling. Let's make the most most of it and even this series off. We'll see if they can get the job done, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Green kicks to Crowder. Back to Green. Crowder. And the first one drops. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Well, a semi-productive trip to the line in the end, but we'll see how costly that miss is.
Beal dishes the Wall. The feed to Beal. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Boston's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Green kicks to Bradley, and that one's good. Bradley's got 9 points here in the second half.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Porter kicks to Wall. Thomas with the steal, and pushing it up. Here's Boston, pushing it up. Here's Green, up and in on the layup.
Oh, he's got such great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Dishes it to Beal. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Pass to Thomas. They kick it out to Green. And that one hits back iron. Wizards trail by 6. Wall gets a screen from Morris. Wall passes to Porter. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And that's 12 points for Otto Porter Jr. Boston shooting about 47% here in the fourth. Outside Bradley. Green kicks to Bradley. Back to Green. Feeds to Thomas. Shot clock at 5. No good on the 3.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Morris dishes the Wall. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth. Beal's shot is good.
Great teamwork out there, really helping each other out.
They're playing as one. I mean, they're like a symphony. Everybody in harmony and in beat and in rhythm. 5 straight baskets now have resulted because of assists.
Thomas goes in, gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. And the Celtics lead by 4.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
Outside Wall. Pass to Morris. Back to Wall. He passes it to Porter. Shot clock at 6. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Jacks up a 3. Green with the rebound.
Now they're trying to come back here, but you've got to get a better look at the basket to get it done.
He feeds it to Bradley. 1:02 left in the game. Thomas. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Wizards have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Boston's got a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Bradley. Back to Thomas. Launches a 3, but he recovers it. Tries again.
How about the game for Thomas? 18 points, then his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
Well, and he's got this team in such a good groove right now. The way he's moving the ball and passing, getting everybody involved, they're in a great flow.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And as long as they continue to do this kind of work at the foul line, the lead should be safe.
Count it! And now they trail by just 4. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game. Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
I think they have to go for a 3 right now, don't you, Clark?
Yeah, I don't think they have any choice but to go for the 3, Steve.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Wall passes to Beal. Yes! And now they trail by just 4. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the fourth. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and polish it off.
Porter kicks the wall. Morris hands the 3. Time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They lead by 3. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. So it's Boston scraping by with the win. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA Eastern Conference semifinals presented by 2K Sports. Now, Jordan presents the player of the game.